Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. So, United have returned to winning ways with a 4-1 victory down at Molineux against struggling Wolves. A victory that was moral boosting, but also gave us a valuable 3 points and moved us up into 6th in the Premier League. But before we get carried away, it was only Wolves. A team winless, sitting at the bottom of the Premier League, favourites to get relegated this season, and before they played United, hadn't actually scored a goal under their current manager. So of course they did it against United. And in the first half, we let them back into the game. Again, we do this every time. Bruno scored after slipping in the penalty area. He still managed to get the ball over the line. But after that, United took the foot off the pedal, and Wolves came back at us and scored just before the break. But something was said at half-time, just like it was against Palace away, and out came United for the second half and upped the performance, changed gears, and ended up winning 4-1, thank God. But if we keep showing that inconsistent performance in the first half against other teams, like next up Bournemouth at home, or the following match Villa away, we're gonna find that we're gonna get walloped. So something needs to be sorted out by Amrin about that situation, especially as we're going to be without Mazraoui, Ahmad and Mbeumo for the African Cup of Nations. So how he's going to replace those three who are so valuable, God only knows. There's a couple of performances though from United that I want to highlight. Very pleased to see Aidan Heaven get a confidence boosting run back in the central defence after he was substituted against West Ham. He came back and he held his own. He held his head up high, got in some great challenges and defended well. Very pleased for him. The other player that I want to mention highly is Mason Mount. What a performance. His link-up play with Bruno and Kuna was fantastic. The goal he scored was a brilliant volley from an excellent assist from Bruno. And it's great to see a fully fit Mason Mount, especially after he was left on the bench for West Ham and then brought back for this match and Xerxes had to give way. What a performance. And if he keeps that up, who knows? There could be a World Cup recall for England next year in America. Fingers crossed for Mason. Performed very well. We ended up having about 27 shots against Wolves, which has to be noted for the most shots in a match for United under Amrin's leadership. One of those players who had the majority of chances was Kuna. How sorry did I feel for him? He really tried to score against his previous club Wolves, but it just wouldn't sit for him. He tried everything. He was involved in 99% of United's attacking play, but it just wouldn't sit right for him. I know the goals will come for Kuna, but you could see that he was desperate to get one over on his old club. It will happen very quickly. So, as I said, we've moved up to 6, which is healthier than before, but we just need to keep this run going. I still think we have a problem with consistency, and we need to address that situation. And I still think it's going to be a problem when we lose those 3 players to the African Cup of Nations. I don't know what we're going to do down that right-hand side. So Amrin is going to have to prove his worth as a coach and show us how he's going to overcome that situation. Moving on to the player ratings out of 10. Let's start with Le Mans, 7 out of 10. Didn't have a lot to do, couldn't do a lot for the goal, but he's still providing that confidence that the defence needs. As I mentioned before, Heaven, 7 out of 10, confidence boosting performance. I'm so pleased for the lad. Luke Shaw, 7 out of 10, probably having one of his best starts to a league season for United. Doing so well at the moment. Mazraoui, 7 out of 10, very solid. Since his return from injury, he's got better and better and better. But again, after next week, we're going to miss the guy. On the other side, Dalot, 7 out of 10, provided an assist for Bryan Mbeumo's goal. Again, getting better with each match. Ahmad, on the right-hand side, 7 out of 10. Great to see his link up with Mbeumo and Mazraoui. And I've got to mention it again, we're going to miss that. In midfield, Casemiro, 7 out of 10. Did his job, performing well this season, having a good season, I think. Captain Bruno, 8 out of 10. 2 goals and an assist. Well done, Bruno. Fantastic. And great to see him score the penalty. A lot of people were saying that he should have given it to Kuna, but no, he shouldn't. He's the penalty taker. If he'd have missed, we'd have been under pressure. So well done to Captain Bruno. Kuna, 7 out of 10. I think he had about 8 chances. Unfortunate not to score at all. Brian Mbeumo got a goal, 7 out of 10. Mason Mount, my player of the match, 8 out of 10. All-round great performance. He was subbed, but he put in a shift, which was great to see. As regards to substitutions, Dogu came on, 6 out of 10. Martinez, 6 out of 10. Did a job in defence. Great to see him bring out the ball the way he does. He's such a calm player, and his distribution from defence is great to see. Yoro replaced Heaven, 6 out of 10. Did a good enough job. Mainu, with all the speculation going on this week, I thought it was great for his confidence to come on, 6 out of 10. And Xerxes, 5 out of 10. Had to give way for Mason Mount, but again, he got some game time, which we're going to need, because we're going to need as much backup as we can when those 3 players bugger off for the African Cup of Nations. So overall, it was a good win for United. Moral boosting 3 points, 6 in the league. Let's hope it continues. And let's hope that against Bournemouth at home, a week on Monday, we can actually put in a better performance like the second half and not the first. So what do you think? Leave your comments. I always like to read your comments. And continue to like and subscribe. And I'll see you all in the next video.